got confused there for a second.
Yeah, that's right. And I know where you're both operating too. Got a trail of snow. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of RF in one area. Yeah, well, let me know when you get here, Goose, so you don't set off all the dogs in the house. Alright, I got this antenna on my back. The back hatch. Yeah, don't knock on the door. The house will explode. Roger, Roger. I ain't knocking on no doors. I don't want no actual barking radio. You'll know when we get there. Man, I guess you're pretty close then. You're pretty strong. No, I'm not. Yeah, I know you're not that close yet, Bagger, because Goose keeps stepping all over you. Sorry, I don't mean to. Yeah, close is good with horseshoes, hand grenades, and thermonuclear devices. I'm just passing the Honda dealership. Where you coming up, 422? Yes, sir. Oh, so you got like two minutes to get off, and then another 3 minutes from there, about. Yeah, it says 2 miles to get off. So yeah. That's right. I'm only 2 miles off the exit, but it's all back road. Roger. I like back roads. And the back roads are fine as long as the deer ain't standing there blocking your way. Yeah, I have that by my house too. Deer, foxes, raccoons, you name it.
Oh my.
Yeah, classic radio roundup. It's getting rolling. Oh wow, it's that time again. What's up there, Stinger? You call you Sandbagger? Let's call Pete Sandbagger. Well, if you were calling me Sandbagger because I sound like his radio station, that's a compliment. Oh, okay. Well, I don't usually hear it that well. It's coming in strong. Yeah, well, like, 123 is still doing better than you are right now, Sandbagger. These are about the same signal strength to now. Yeah, you better say what you gotta say soon, Stinger, because Sandbagger's gonna be able to cut your lips off here in a minute. Probably somewhere on 422 headed east. Yeah, Roger, 10-4. Okay, in the right lane. You're in Eagleville. That's why you're not a grasser tonight. Yeah, check that out.
Everybody but you, Pete's coming in pretty quiet. I guess that's because they're all mobiles tonight.
Hello, Joker. Hello, Joker.
Good evening.
Did you hit the exit yet, Goose? Yeah, I'm going straight. I got my turn signal on, I don't know why. Yeah, no, you want to go straight through the 2 lights. Yeah, I did that. And then all the way up to the T and make a left. 42. Go down the hill, make the first right. 42. And then once you make that right, there's one more right, and then you gotta start looking for my number halfway up the road. Who did? Hang on a second, Goose. Who used to live here? plus the height of the house, something like that. I had the whole house. My antenna was on the roof of the whole house. No, I didn't have no back roof. I had one roof, the roof over the house. No, not my house. No, no. I could go up into my attic and there was a hatch in the roof. You popped the hatch and you got on the roof. It was excellent. And there's too many of them to avoid. No, no. It was the third one from the end. If you're going up the street, it's the third one from the end. Yeah. I didn't have no back roof. Well, I did, but it was at ground level. Anyway, I gotta run. I gotta go open the door so the dogs don't lose their minds. I'll be back shortly. Johnny, what? Carry on, Classic Radio Roundup.
Well, I guess I'll just sit here and monitor the people that I can hear.
You should be able to hear me.
I'm on a different radio tonight. I don't know. I heard you there, Whitebuster. You were a little warbly, though.
I don't know.
Okay, that was better there.
It all depends what kind of trip is coming in, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's what the issue was. It sounded like somebody else came up with you, and it was just like, blah, blah, blah. But, how does this radio sound to you?
You always sound the same, no matter what radio you're using. Usually, I'll tell you right out if you're having a problem.
10-4. I've used this radio before. It's been a long time since I used it. It's similar to another radio that I use a lot, but it's a, I guess you would say, a family heirloom.
If I use any other radio, you guys probably wouldn't hear me, because this is a high drive amp.
That's right. What are you using? A Striker?
Yeah, and so it's tuned up, so I'm getting high wattage out of it.
Yeah, because you have the 503 HD. I just have the regular one. Come back on that?
Did you say you have a Striker?
No, negative. You have the 503 HD. I have the 503 regular low drive.
So I have the KL703.
Oh, okay. I thought you had the 503 HD. Okay. Yeah, I only have... Well, I guess I have two radios that would drive that. What's going on, 1, 2, 3? I don't know if Whitebuster didn't hear you. I heard you there hollering. It's really hard to hear you. I heard you a little bit when you were talking to Pete and them. This last time you were a little bit quiet. But if you check out the Joker 427 video gate, you'll be able to hear how you sound. I just threw my preamp on, but all it did is bring in the noise with everybody. Hey, there's Dave. Now I hear you better.
I would hope so.
So you got everybody out on the mobiles tonight. So if Goose is out on the mobile, can we say that Goose is on the loose?
Yeah, I just have a lot of noise level for some reason.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I don't have a. It's not showing a lot on the meter, but I don't know how this meter, how accurate it is. But it's just a stat, or not a statty, but just a noisy night.
Where's Wayne? He's right here. You're pretty close. Yeah, swing your needles a little bit. Yeah, give me 30 over.
Oh, that's a little better. I messed with that voice lock. Maybe that was the issue. I cleaned the front of the radio and I turned all the knobs.
All knobs to the right.
Right means really fast. I feel like I need to put a mobile on one of my vehicles and do a roving classic radio roundup gate.
Sound like Doug in there.
Got back from a 2-week stay. I could never wish on anybody.
Now give it another half an hour and it'll calm down.
Yeah, but Doug, I thought I saw something online. How you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. Yeah, I ended up in Reading Hospital on the 14th. And I did have one of my friends from an old... Yeah, radio just cut out on me. Had to have a friend of mine from Reading run the car keys down to my wife. Said her brother go get my van.
So you doing good now?
Yeah, a lot better, man. One of the doctors I had a two-part.
Oh man, well, sorry to hear that. I'm glad you're feeling better now.
Yeah, I had to wait a week in the hospital for a crack in my heart to come back. So I was at 35%. I drove myself to Boston, and they took one over here to call me and go to Phoenixville or Reading. And I was like, I don't like Reading, so took me to Phoenixville. They put me in some non-pain. They put me on ran me down to Phoenixville. Anyway, they said they couldn't handle the amount of work that was going to be involved. So by the time I got to Reading, they did tests, and my heart rate has actually dropped down to 35%. So they had to hold me there for a week to stabilize my heart and get my heart ready for surgery.
Oh man. Well, again, I'm glad you're on the mend. Yeah, that happened to my dad. He was having some issues. He drove himself over to Quakertown, and they did a few tests, and they're like, we got to get you up to Bethlehem. So almost the same thing, but yeah, glad to hear you're on the mend here. should have reached out to some of us. I saw some bits and pieces, but I didn't know what was going on.
Well, I appreciate it. You know, everybody's got their own lives, and you know, I did that one little post. You know, because you know, a lot of people I know. By the time that transpired, the rest of my family knew, and I had relatives coming in from Pittsburgh and up from Oxford and down from Connecticut. I mean, I just had like an incredible turnout of family. So you know, I was in good hands. And Reading Hospital, man, I'll tell you what, they really did a superior job of keeping me above ground.
Well, that's nice. It's nice you had you had support, and yeah, on that same thing with the family support and stuff. Sometimes when you're under the weather, having a ton of things going on and a ton of people around can kind of be a little overwhelming. But with that being said, I'll be right back. The wife just got home, so I'll be right back.
Yeah, I had to prove to the old man that, you know, I'm not ready to go home yet. I still got plenty of fight in me, right? Tattoo of a zipper on the front of my chest right now. So, but yeah, I came home and the house is looking great. The gardens are beautiful, and you know the wife is doing a great job keeping the house together while I'm gone. I'm good, man. I'm golden. Yep. So, and I took a hobby that I've done over 50 years and finally put it to rest. So, in a little bit of luck, I'll get my wife to quit smoking too.
I hear that, man. I hear that. I'm just glad to hear it. Sounds good. I think it's pretty phenomenal. So, yeah, I'm just glad that you bounced back from that and go on to that. I didn't know if you knew or not, but that Caliber 309. Well, it's just right down a little bit. Down the city, they had a
out in Chester County area, this is 27115 on the AM radio dial. Better known on Wednesday night as the Classic Radio Roundup. So come one, come all.
Yeah, another gentleman out there. We have Red Baron over here. We're trying to chime in here. I have a really high noise level this evening. I live not too far from a train, and it creates a heck of a lot of racket. We're not to the name, Red Baron, stepping back with the name, greetings, all the gear people. Bye-bye.
All right there, Red Baron. I definitely heard you in there. It's Badger down here in South Pottstown. And Green Dog, good evening to you.
I didn't even see up yet. Hey, Doug, when did you get home?
I didn't get home till 3:15 this afternoon.
All right, glad to hear you're doing good.
I appreciate it, man.
Hello, Badger.
Hello.
Yeah, now I'm keying up. I don't know who you heard before, but what happened? I just heard you got out of the hospital?
Yeah, I had a massive heart attack on the 14th.
Oh, wow. So you had to do a bypass with a triple, quadruple?
Yeah, I got myself to triple.
Had four.
I was at the Reading Hospital. They lost a lot of time transporting me between hospitals. So by the time they got to Reading, my heart rate efficiency level was down to 35%. So they held me for a week before they put me under the knife. But that was a good thing. You know, and even after smoking as much as I have, I'm still out 2 days ahead of schedule according to their computers.
Yeah, that's good that, they kept a close eye on you and made sure they didn't just boot you out the door and send you home. Yeah, you're right, that is a good thing.
Well, they tried it the second night after surgery. They brought me out of ICU to general care. And that evening, the computers started picking up senses that, weren't right. So they had to stop what they were doing and bring me back up to ICU for another, 20 hours.
Holy cow. Now once you get healed up, you got to start thinking about exercising, and we got that little park back there around the pond. I think they have a walking path back there. That's a start.
Oh yeah, no, I got an exercise bike in my dining room. My living room, dining room is the front to back living room, dining room. So I've got an exercise bike in the dining room now, and I've been pedaling on that. And I've been doing a lot of walking around the house. And I just got another motorcycle delivered the same day I went in for surgery. I had another motorcycle delivered from Andover, New Jersey. So now I got 2 bikes in the garage. But I found a collector in New York City. It's supposed to be coming down to pick up the other one, but just kind of threw a little bit of a wrench in our plan. So I'll probably call him tomorrow and see if I can't get him down here sometime next week.
Excuse me, did you say motorcycle or bicycle?
Motorcycle.
Okay, that's also...
Yeah, not that I can lift either one. Right now I'm restricted to 10 pounds. And they're saying that, you can go ahead and kiss summer goodbye. You're not going to get on either one of those bikes long before the end of summer.
Yeah, well, hey, just listen to what they tell you, and don't push yourself too hard.
No, but I still plan on, having somebody stop by that I know that knows how to handle a big bike and pull them out of the garage and get the one that I just received, get that one up and running. It's supposedly, it starts at idles, and they said it's no problem. For some reason, though, they added the information that they could use to get the carburetors cleaned, and so I'm thinking it probably just needs a real good swill of sea foam or something like that. Dump that inside the tank and let that clean out all the carburetors on the way through.
Yeah, I don't know know too much about carb work, man. That's out of my wheel. I've been learning, not motorcycles, but like small engines, stuff like that. But it could be a little complex.
Yeah, if you want, I'll shoot you a picture of this new bug.
Yeah, I was kind of curious what you got.
It's on its way. What you're going to see is a 2005 Kawasaki Concours 1000, and comes just the way it is. Still nice paint job and hard saddle bags all mounted up and ready to go. I just have to do a couple of adjustments. I want to put some extra road lights on the front end of the bike that can double as highway bars so I can rest my feet on them while I'm riding. And put an override switch. Put an override switch on the cooling fan. That way, when the X1L are just putzing around town like they normally do, I can still keep the engine nice and cool.
That's a wild looking bike. I've never seen one like that before.
It's a water-cooled inline four-cylinder engine, and just like Christine, Christine's a water-cooled inline six, and they both share a lot of the same intake emissions. Christine got modified a lot. I mean, she's like, might want to just call her Frankenstein with all the modifications that happened to her before I got her. And I haven't bothered to change anything because things are running good. But I've been reading a lot on these bikes, and they get a vapor lock if you go out on the highway and you run the engine hot and on a hot day or something like that. You get a vapor lock in there, it'll shut the bike down. So I'm just kind of see myself if it's a hot day, I'll just even if I'm just going slow, I'll continually run that fan to keep that engine, keep that cooling system down so it doesn't vapor lock itself. But if it does, if it continues to vapor lock itself, I'm going to pull all the guts of what causes the vapor lock. I'm going to pull all the guts out of that and plug everything up so it can't breathe. It breathes between the airbox and the transmission and the engine. And why, I have no idea. Would you ever want a breather coming out of the crankcase and going into your airbox before it goes into the carburetors?
A buddy of mine was just explaining something similar to that between some of the older chainsaws. I've been getting a little bit more into chainsaws, and he was telling me about the breather hose from the gas tank goes somewhere else before it goes into the air box or something. I forget.
10-4. Yep, no problem at all. I'm going to take a pause for the cause and let Channel 13 do a couple of go-arounds, but I'll be on the side listening for you.
That's all. That's all. Stand by. I get a little can, put some ice in there, run that fuel line through it.
Yeah, I just want to properly vent the tank, make sure it's properly vented, and let it gravity feed the carburetors. The only problem with it is, the ignition opens a vacuum line. So once the bike starts to turn over, that's what pulls the fuel down into the carburetors. And that has a vapor lock problem in certain years. Not mine. It may not be the years that mine was made, but in certain years. And if that's the case, I just want to, disconnect all that BS and have a gravity-fed fuel cut cock. The only downside is whenever you shut the bike off, you got to make sure you manually shut the fuel off as well. Other than that, there's no problems with them.
There you go.
Five on the AM dial.
County wide radio, Doug, Pete.
How you doing, Pete? How you doing, Rooster?
Good evening.
Doing good. Hey, Pete.
Hey, what?
You know that guy I'm going to give that IMAX 2000 to?
No, I don't know him personally. No.
Well, he wants to give me a, I think it's a Joe Gunn 4-helmet beam.
Sounds like a fair trade.
I don't know if I should keep the antenna or do you want it?
I can't swing a 4-element Joe Gunn here.
Okay, well, okay. If you decide to just, give me a holler. 10-4.
How much for it?
Actually, Pete, your antenna.
Speaking of transition, how you doing there, Rooster?
JR. Yeah, how you doing there, JR?
Not too shabby, hanging in there, trying to enjoy life there. Hey, are you still interested in your 104?
The Night Eagle.
Yeah. I said you had first dibs if you want it back.
Oh, I do. Well, you got somebody else that wants to buy it?
If you didn't want it, they take it, but I said, you got first dibs on it first.
Yeah, I do, but that'll be another week and a half until I can afford it.
All right, that's fine. It's yours. I'll wait for you then. As long as I know you want it, I'm good.
But who wants it?
Goose. Goose was saying he wanted it. If you didn't, he said, but I told him, you had first dibs. He says, well, if you don't want it, he'll take it. So it's like, if you want it, it's yours. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, I think he collects antennas.
Oh, he collects anything. He's buying everything.
I mean, microphones.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he does. That's fine. Okay, good. I just want to double check. So what else is new with you? I haven't heard you for a while. Rooster!
That, panty snatcher.
I ain't no panty snatcher. I don't steal no one's panties.
Is that Goose?
Yeah, it's Goose. That's the Goose. He's loose.
Goose. Well, you sound like a panty snatcher there, but your signal's a little bit better than his.
I'm over at Pete's house. That's why.
You're at Pete's?
Yeah, I'm over at Pete's.
in the basement here. Oh, you're talking on his bass.
He's 15 years old on that radio.
You're talking on his bass.
I think Goose sounds better on that bass than what Spitfire does.
Oh, I have another opinion. Do I sound better too?
Oh, no, you're terrible. Who are you?
Oh, well, okay. Since you don't know, then I guess I do sound terrible.
That's Bagger. Oh, wow. I would never guess that.
Playing with you. Yeah, I know. He likes to tweak people.
I'm not tweaking. My ear says different.
Well, you are listening to 27.115 Classic Radio Roundup at the Spitfire location. So there you go.
Yeah, Pete's throwing a party. Now it's official. Okay, I got you. Now I believe you. I got the visual. Roger.
Goose.
Yo.
Yeah, I think them 90 Eagles are one of the best mics.
Oh, yeah. There's
you got already. One with the golden front there.
Yeah, but you got first grab at it, so it's yours.
24. I had another one of those, but I threw it away. I didn't know what I had, but I kept the head.
Yeah, you always gotta have a good head.
Hello there, old JR.
Hey, what's up there? Goose is on the loose. You're spreading your feathers out there. 10-4?
10-4, yeah, hop off the beam and meet Sandbagger.
There you go. Well, good deal. Have a good time. Enjoy yourself.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my. I like both these guys. Yeah, them 90 Eagles are going for like $300-400.
And Spitfire's still trying to walk on you.
Kind of easy when you're in your own shack. We're picking Goose's lips up off the concrete floor.
Well, that ought to be quite interesting.
Hey, JR's there now.
How you doing, Joker?
Doing good. I'm in decompression mode, getting ready for vacation. A short one.
Which direction are you heading?
This time we are headed south.
Oh, boy, laid-back area, maybe the Carolinas, yeah?
Negative, not that far down. Down to Ocean City, Maryland.
Oh, okay. That's your ritual, isn't it? You go down there quite yearly, I believe.
That is true. This is the first time for the year. It's their the May car show.
Oh, yeah, have fun. Last time was Ocean City, Maryland. There was only one time, and it was, they were having a Jeep festival there. It was Halloween. Boy, you should have seen that.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever caught that. I've caught the setup for that, I think. Because October, we usually go down in October. That's our second trip, and that's the second car show and the wedding anniversary trip. And they're either setting up for the Jeeps or the Corvette or the Halloween stuff.
Yeah, actually, as I remember there, Joker, when we went in the third week of August, and that was their Jeep weekend, and, you know, everybody had skeletons in the Jeeps and all that, and lights and all that. It was a pretty neat night, actually.
Yeah, they do, well, lately now, they do like a 2-week Halloween kind of thing. So yeah, it's depending on how we plan the trip out, we get to see different things. But we usually try to make sure our trip goes, coincides with the car show and our wedding anniversary. So that can usually slip a little bit depending on what, how everything falls. But I love it down there. That might be, that's a place we had always talked about trying to do a retirement thing.
Oh, wow. They have a place down there. I don't know I don't know if you're a seafood lover or not. Maybe you are. I don't recall. But there's a place down there where we were staying that was on the other side of the bridge. I can't remember the address of where we were staying, but it was on the other side of the bridge there, down a piece there, but it was like a crab shack thing, you know, but it wasn't called Crab Shack, it was something else. But they had crabs, beer, and all. Boy, we had a great time there. That was one of my favorite places. I mean, you know, being in Ocean City was too congested for me. I'm a good old country boy. I need my space, you know. But it was still fun. I mean, the boy went down with us, and he took us out to breakfast. I don't know, I couldn't tell you the name of that either. But you could have drinks with your breakfast, some kind of goofy thing. The youngsters love it, I guess, but it wasn't my cup of tea.
Well, off the top of my head, you either went to Hooper's, which is right across the bridge on the left or the right side. And if you go down to the next light and bear a left, that's Harborside. That's a really good seafood place. So you were at either of those two because they were on the other side of the bridge, and then you might have gone to Secrets for breakfast because that's like the nightclub and, you know, younger crowd kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I don't remember the name. I know it wasn't my thing, but we had a good time the whole time we were down there. You know, I don't want to wake up and have a Bloody Mary. You know what I mean? Come on. No, well, I didn't know her that well.
I was gonna say that's what I'm looking forward to every day this coming week.
Yeah, 2 or 3 Bloody Marys. Come on. I'm not as young as you are, dog.
So what we do, and we just learned about this a couple years ago. So, well, my house beer has always been it's Natural Light, which is a cheap beer. But what they do down there is they have you take a Natural Light, you put some Bloody Mary mix in it, sprinkle a little bit of Old Bay, and put a celery stalk in it. That's the morning drink.
Ah, okay, all right. Well, that's all right. Like I said, you younger guys, I can't keep up with you no more. I retired all that silliness.
Life's all about silliness.
I like a big old Bloody Mary, spicy, with some bacon in there, olives. Oh, man, loaded up. Catch you later, Badger. Have a good one. Good to hear you in there. Hello and goodbye.
Hey, Badger. Glad to hear you again. Glad you're feeling better, and keep in touch.
Thank you.
70 degrees, Badger.
Yeah, my wife had a true Bloody Mary. The place isn't there anymore. I don't even know if there's any businesses in it right now. It was a place called Tequila Frogs. It's changed names quite a bit over the last couple of years. But, yeah, it was a Bloody Mary with bacon, shrimp. I mean, it was fully loaded. It was a meal.
Sign me up. Did it have olives in it? The big olives too?
Yep. Those big green olives, they're the best. We usually keep them at my house, and I'll just open that jar up and just eat them just by themselves. I love green olives.
Yeah, I'm an olive guy too. I do. I like all different kinds of olives. Yeah, that's why I'm so passionate, you know. Oh, that got everybody going.
I was just wondering who was scratching in.
I don't know. They were keying the mic and not saying nothing. Or ka-chunking. They were ka-chunking.
I was going to say, if I did that, everybody would say, you sound really good tonight.
I would. I'm too honest.
Oh, no, I was just going to say they wouldn't hear my voice, so they would think I sound good. Since you're nicely honest, I asked Bite Buster earlier. How does this radio sound?
Are you asking me or Bite Buster?
Oh, I asked him earlier. He said I always sound the same. So I'm asking you there, JR. How's this radio sound?
You sound great tonight. It's nice and clean, no distortion, and good signal. You know, I got a 7.5 on you, so yeah, sounds good.
10-4. Yeah, this is my dad's old 138. I've used it a few times before, but I haven't fired it up in a long time.
Well, I guess they consider that an oldie but goodie, yes?
Yep. Yeah, I have that other 138 I talk on a lot that I bought off of Penny Snatcher. So I bought that one to replace this one because I didn't want to use this that much. But I figured, what good's a radio if it's not being used on the air?
Oh, I agree with you 100%. Besides, if you don't use it, that can make everything dry up there, as they say. So now go ahead and use it until you lose it, and then you deal with it, you know. But yeah, definitely, your dad's use it. Absolutely.
Yeah, before I fired it up when I brought it from his house, this thing probably hadn't been on the air since the early 80s.
Wow, that's impressive. It hung in there. Must have been in a good environment.
It was sitting on a shelf in the basement. Just sitting there.
How about that? Well, I don't know, but it's amazing. It's still working. It sounds great. I wouldn't change a thing on it.
10-4.
Okie dokie, I'm going to sit on the side and let these guys do whatever it is they're doing, and we'll sit here and listen for a while. But good to hear you in there, Joker. Been a bit.
Yeah, I've been in a couple times on like Friday nights and Saturday nights late, or not super late, and I'll key up and don't really hear anybody. Then I walk away and pass out.
I must admit, this Friday and Saturday night was dead. There was nobody anywhere locally, and that includes the ham band, the local group here, But Sunday night I caught some of the guys. Goose was one of them on 5-band Sunday. It was Goose. No, actually it was Red Baron and Renegade and Goose. That was it.
Yeah, I'll say one more thing, then I'll sit on the side too. But yeah, I came in just about 8 o'clock on Sunday. Maybe it was around then, and I keyed up and asked if anybody was out there. Nobody was. Then I came back a little bit later and did the same and didn't hear anybody. And then, yeah, my insomnia and sleep schedule has really gotten bad, and I literally just passed out.
Oh, wow. Well, that's probably why I didn't hear you, because I didn't get in here until later. I didn't get in until about 9:45, I guess it was, something like that. So, yeah, that's why I didn't hear you. Well, sorry about your sleep issues there, but you know what? You got to get it when you can, right?
I was gonna say one more thing before I sit on the side. Yeah, I was out doing all kinds of yard work and outside all day long, and probably about 3:30 in the afternoon, I came in, sat with the cat, and I was conked out until the wife came home.
Purring along there, were you? Okay. That's all right. Well, you called the bit then, a little bit anyway. All right, Joker. Catch you later, because that was your last transmission. I know you meant it. I'll be listening. See ya.
Yep.
I wonder what kind of cake and ice cream Pete's having at his party.
It better not be an ice cream cake. A Fudgy the Whale.
Oh man, now you're talking. You know all the good Bloody Marys and the best kind of cakes?
I am a party animal.
go? We're all here, that's why. Go ahead, Breaker. I don't know. I wasn't by the radio. No, I'm not. If I was, I'll break it. But actually, I ain't gonna break that thing. That thing's too old. That thing probably hold my rate. Just trying to look. Nice setup over here. Joker Red 10-7? I didn't know that. Hello there, Renegade. Hello, Renegade. Yes, Renegade left too. I don't hear him.
Yeah, I just said I'm right here.
No, I'm saying howdy, howdy there.
Well, right back. I can tell you're close. I know you were at me.
That's why I'm close.
Yeah, I don't like him.
I'm just talking to Renegade.
Good evening there, 123. I hear you in there.
Not now.
No, he's on the side. He's hanging in there. Oh, okay. You're doing a good job. I have no problems hearing you, that's for sure. It is pretty noisy in there tonight, though. It is more noisy than what it usually is. And I mean, like, you know, the heterodyne thing. Well, the unfortunate thing about that, I don't think Wayne can pick you up, though. So much noise. Yeah, I don't hear him. Yeah, he just keyed up and he said, no, I can't hear him. I got an X4 noise level from my heat exchanger. Yeah, his heat exchanger's walking on you. Renegade's heat exchanger is walking on you.
Damn Grasser. Damn Grasser. Damn Grasser. What do you think it is? Well, you really are a Grasser. I'm still standing here in Pete's basement.
probably hear that. Oh, man.
No, we don't. Yeah, you're grassing it. I'm taking what here? That's your mirror you're pegging.
24C.
I mean, it's on camera. You go back and watch the gate. Can't hear nothing. Yeah, I bought it with me.
3 pill, 5 pill. 2 pill, 8 pill, 9 pill.
12 pill.
Yeah.
Hello, 1TLK, I'm talking. Who am I talking to? Is anybody out there? Hello, 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 hello. Is that good enough or?
Yeah, that's good.
So you're getting bored over there? Where are you at? Oh, I thought you were in your mobile. Oh, why was it time to come home? You got curfew? I'm just asking. you had to go home. Okay. Roger. I was just curious, that's all. I'm like a cat. I'm curious. Curious George. Together. That's right. This guy here got 9 lives. Did I do what? I don't know how many I might use up. I might use up all 9. Yeah.
So what radio is Pete using tonight?
He is using 740.
Say it again.
Shakespeare 740. Shakespeare. Something is a big stick.
Thing sounds good, I gotta tell you. It's a tube radio. What do you want? It's a tube radio.
He says it really sounds good.
Has nothing to do with the tube. Goose makes it work.
I didn't know that radio had echo.
Echo. There's no echo. Echo. Hey, Green Dog, they call that the Three Stooges Echo.
I can tell.
Hey, when you Wi-Fi, I'm broadcasting. Yeah, like signaling. Yuck.
Get the 3 in the room together? Boy.
Yeah, this is like, I thought that would happen. More fun than watching a one-armed paper hanger.
It's like an old Radio Shack.
It's like a barrel of monkeys over there.
So what kind of ice cream did you guys get?
No ice cream.
No ice cream.
What? No ice cream? Jeez.
Did he break out the good bottle of bourbon?
Say what?
Did Pete break out the good bottle of bourbon?
I hear somebody talking about bourbon. Hello, Green Dog.
I'm gonna have a room of a cantankerous.
You can't hear me.
I can hear a Green Dog. What are you talking about?
He's fine.
Hey, Green Dog. Stinger said hi.
No, hello, Stinger. I could just barely hear him in there. It is pretty noisy tonight, but I barely hear you out there, Stinger. Because Stinger is a grasser.
Yeah, he's smoking himself. Hello, Red Baron. You got a good grip on your lip. Roger, yeah, this isn't Spitfire, this is Goose. You talk to me before there, Red Baron. Yeah, I'm at his house. I'm at his house, but yeah. But I'll catch you guys on the Mobile, I believe.
how's that go? This guest list is looking like I'm staying home.
Yeah, just me and my cat.
Ah, the good old furry little buddies. So we just got my cats these two nice little, like, we call them Tube City, but these little tubes and little things to run through. And as soon as we took them out, sat them up, the little cat, she jumps right in the box that they all came in. I'm just like, yeah, that figures.
Yeah, the boy cat that we rescued, he loves chewing on boxes. He'll shred them up. I don't know what his deal is, but he just gnaws away on boxes.
Yep, my boy cat does the same thing. You'll just hear this crunching. You'll look over and he's at one of the flaps of the box is just like.
So we let our girl cats out, and they do pretty good. They stick around in the yard. They don't go too far. But lately, the boy cat, he's been wanting to go out. And I thought about getting him one of those balls. It's kind of like mesh. Put them in there. But I figured, are they cat proof? I know it's probably not like wire screen, but, he's got some claws on him. And, yeah, they're sharp.
Yeah, I'm still kind of door training my two cats. They're a little over a year now. And the boy cat doesn't seem to care. The girl cat comes up to the door, but as soon as I start walking in, she backs up and bolts away. But tonight I opened the door, I had my hands full, and she almost started trying to go out. But outside of my door, I did like a wood frame and made we call it the cat catcher. Just in case they would get out, they would get stuck on the porch. Because I only have one door that goes out to the outside world. So I was just like, well, I guess the cat catcher is staying up a little longer.
Yeah, you gotta try to slow him down. I took the boy cat out one time, maybe a little bit after we got him. And he dug his claws into me. So I was walking around in the yard. And I dropped him and he hit the ground. He just took off running, chasing him through the woods, trying to get him to stop. And he didn't want to stop, but I called him.
Yeah, my cats, they are strictly indoor. So, I try to do everything I can to scare them from that that door. I've never had an indoor-outdoor cat. When I get a cat, they stay inside.
Well, when we had our first house in Pottstown, the backyard had the 6-foot-high vinyl fence. Any place that they could have squirreled through, we made sure that, we blocked it up with something so they couldn't, and they enjoyed it. And I think that kind of helped them learn, you could go out, but you got to stay close to home. Turn out the lights, the party's over.
What? You guys had ice cream?
Yeah, no ice cream, that's the problem. Without any ice cream, we had to leave the party.
Next time, tell them, if we're showing up, we want Fudgy the Whale.
Yeah, something like that. Or Marvin.
Did you guys ever see the movie The Ringer? If not, watch. It's a funny movie. Johnny Knoxville's in it. But there's a funny little scene about ice cream in that. It's pretty funny. come back on that?
What radio tonight, Joseph?
I am running, actually my dad's Cobra 138 XLR.
A little off frequency. I had to move up a little bit to get you clear.
Well, there's my voice lock at 12 o'clock. I don't know if that made any difference. Like I said, I didn't realize it was off a little bit earlier. I was gonna say you're dropping out a little bit on me, but yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe this radio needs a little tune-up. I was gonna say, or it could be I just had a helium balloon. Maybe that was the thing.
Maybe. Tell it's raining out. Just jumping across the river. You can tune a radio, but you can't tune a fish. Well, yeah.
Have you ever tried to tune a fish?
Tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. I tuned a trout up pretty good on the grill the other day. That was the name of some album. Tune a guitar or something like that, but you can't tune a fish. I don't know who was 05 is how old place. That brings back memories. You know all the shortcuts, don't you? Yeah. That was REO Speedwagon. You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. That's it. The noise in the background is like the skips in there. Good grief.
I worked on a...
That's for sure. Once in a while I hear somebody perk up there and say something, that's not around here. Oh, man! Got control of my radio station. Yeah, right? Yeah, the video game will get cleaned up now. Order has resumed. Chaos has left the building. It was fun while it lasted.
Speaking of REO Speedwagon, I built a REO truck, or I guess that's how you say it, for Bay Village Fudge in New Jersey once.
A Rio? Yeah, you're close to Jersey.
That's it, Rio.
An REO Speedwagon comes on. It's a race between the wife and I to the channel selector to get rid of it.
Yeah, I don't blame you on that one.
There's some select songs that I like. There's none of their songs that I like. They're a bunch of speds. Hello, Bite Buster. What's going on? I heard you had a little party going on there. Everybody make it home okay? Lol. Well, they're on the road currently, so no, not yet. But hopefully they will.
Call us when you get home, guys.
I guess I made it home okay, because I'm here. Yeah,
you didn't have far to go.
No, but of course the dogs had to go out and pee.
Yeah, that's what mine are going to have to do when I get home, probably.
Ouch. So, how's Classic Radio Roundup carrying on now that we're back to carry on?
I guess Red Baron was calling you.
Yeah, he thought you were me.
Yeah, I know.
His radio's so good, it makes everybody sound good.
Oh. Well, almost everybody.
Yeah, JR didn't seem to think he sounded very good on it.
No. I didn't say he didn't sound good. I did not recognize who it was.
How can that be?
Because it didn't sound like Dave. It sounded different. He just sounded different. And then after I heard him say a few syllables like he ID'd, and yeah, well then I said, yeah, that's Dave. Stop walking on me, boy.
Oh, man. Missed you on 160 tonight.
Who's all in there?
The usual, Dave and Mike.
Oh, okay, good. Good deal. You got some airtime on 160. Yeah, no, I didn't get in here until I got in here, which was late. I don't know. I know after 8 o'clock you're not on there.
Only on Sundays and Wednesdays. Mondays I'm on past 8 o'clock.
How was the band tonight?
Actually pretty good, better than I expected. The static crashes were actually less than Monday night.
Yeah, it was pretty bad last night, too. But, yeah, I don't know. I was down there last night listening, but nothing going on.
I was surprised. I thought they'd be pretty noisy from lightning crashes, but it wasn't. I don't understand why. And Monday night it was worse. And the storms were further away. And then tonight they were closer. So I don't know. Whatever. But I'll take it where I can get it.
That's right. You never know about Mother Nature. Plays them funny things, even with the radio waves. Yeah, boy. She could be a real mother.
Yeah, a fickle mother at that.
Well, anyway, you had a good night there, huh? You had a party going on there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I got to play some show and tell.
Well, you got a lot to show, I'll tell you.
Hey, even Bagger was spinning around in circles. Ooh my, what's this? And ooh my, what's that?
You had them dancing.
Yeah, and then they were fighting each other for the microphone.
See that, Joker? It wasn't a cake and ice cream party. It was a dance party.
A disco dance party. Did you get the disco ball going? Was it a disco inferno?
No, there was no disco dance ball, but there was Bagger's head into the lamp.
What, was he trying to be a mosquito?
Oh, what are you doing? He kept running his head into my overhead light.
Low ground clearance there.
Yeah, I don't usually have that issue of hitting my head on stuff.
What was he doing? Standing on a stepladder?
Well, he's not short, and it is a low ceiling here.
No, I'm 6 foot tall. But we have a low elevation ceiling.
Well, at least I have the low clearance advisory there with that with the room freshener.
Yeah, I kept getting. Yeah.
Well, it's better than a light bulb in the scalp. up there? The Tater State boys. The Tater State Menace and that other guy. I recognize his voice. Yeah, I thought I heard Skip in there. I mean, I'm hearing a lot of crap in the background. I'm like, what's all this noise? Sounds like Skip. The Tater State Menace. There's two voices out there I recognize. There he is. They're not real strong, but I do keep hearing them. Countywide. Joker? No, I haven't heard Joker. He was out here earlier, but I haven't heard him lately. He typically does, and it may still be going, yes. I don't think he runs it live. I think he posts it later, but I'm not certain of that. I'm running one now, and I'll post it tomorrow morning. Yeah, I don't run them live. That's too technical for me.
Now, we hear you in Pennsylvania, you know.
What'd you say there, Bite Buster?
Oh, I was just talking to those out there in Skipland.
Oh, Roger. Well, I heard you. Just didn't hear everything. Thought you were making one of your witty remarks.
Ah. Yeah, I guess we're going to have a storm coming in. I guess it's dragging all the skip, changing the atmosphere.
Yeah, except atmosphere has zero to do with Skip.
Well, I mean, it could stop it.
Again, the atmosphere has nothing to do with Skip. It's all ionospheric.
Well, actually, technically, the ionosphere is part of the atmosphere.
The atmosphere is below the stratosphere. The ionosphere is above the stratosphere.
Well, it's all part of the atmosphere. The troposphere is just the lowest layer of it.
You got peanut butter in my chocolate. You got chocolate in my peanut butter.
Well, now there's the Joker. So, 123 wants to know, are you running your gate live or is it Memorex?
It is Memorex. I don't have enough followers on any of my stations yet to be able to do live feeds.
10-4. Copy. I assume you heard that, 123? Roger. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, show you right.
I'm rolling tape tonight, you know. Got the tape rolling.
That's right. Roll the tape. Film at 11.
You know, Goose sounds louder on his own bass. His voice doesn't carry on your mic.
He was too close to it. He kept swallowing it. Oh, you gotta stop swallowing my microphone. It's not set up that way.
You gotta get the spit guard set up.
Silver Eagle D104. And I could key this thing up and you could have been on the other side of the room and anybody out here would have heard everything you said. You gotta talk louder. Oh, I'm sure the video gate's gonna be real interesting because everything that wasn't out over the air, the people who were here will get to hear the other side of the story. He's here, right?
Yeah, she's grumpy old man talking about the old days.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch this video gate myself. just to see what kind of chaos we put forth.
Were you three old men yelling at clouds?
Well, we did spend some time looking for some damn schematics I knew I had, and I did finally find them. Half hour later.
The perseverance pays off. You won't hear any of the transmissions, we're just going to hear all them talking in the background.
But I recall that envelope being bigger. That's why I didn't first look through that pile, and then I'm going to look through this pile. So the envelope wasn't as big as I thought it was. But the schematics are big. They're really big. They're like blueprint size.
Yeah, they say memory's the first thing that goes, and I can't remember what the next thing is.
Yeah, I remembered to tell you something, but I forgot what it was. Yeah. Well, at least you got a 4-pin Amphenol out of it.
Yeah. Now I can maybe wire up that mic and get that shredder working, and maybe someday when I feel like it, I might get to the Imperial.
Yeah, that Courier would be nice to have something else in the stable that I can use.
Yeah, another two-way.
What'd you say there, Goose?
I didn't see up.
Oh, maybe that was 123. Was that you? 10-4. He's going the other way. Well, he's trying on that 422, and you know how that road goes. It's all low elevation mostly.
Yeah, I'm past most of that now.
Yeah, when you get up on top of your hill in front of your house, you probably hear you up there.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, for a little bit anyway.
My car, it's crazy. That's why I run a dash cam in the zipper car.
Dash cams are a must anymore.
They really are. Because if I crash, it's not going to be my fault. When I'm going to find and hook it up in this car someplace.
Yeah, I'm dealing with a case of no dash cam, and after that case happened, I was like, dash cams in all the vehicles.
Yeah, now they got them with, you can got rear-facing cam at the same time. So you go forward view, rear view.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw my video from the other week, but I stitched it together so you could see the rear and the front. I had to post it on Facebook because somebody was just being a complete idiot.
Sounds like too much work.
It was Verk, but I was annoyed. And, well, I'm like an elephant. If you've wronged me, I don't forget.
I'll remember to not wrong you.
Okay.
Yeah, and remember, an elephant's sex organs are on its feet. So if they step on you, you're screwed.
Yeah, hence you're screwed. Guy in the car next to you is running his pacemaker. Oh, that was the proximity bomb I left in your car.
That's the amplifier. Beeping.
I will have to say I am hearing the beeping noise. So at 9:32 on the gate, you could hear it. It's very faint tonight, But I did get that a lot early on when I got back on the radio on 13 and 14.
And I am home. I'll catch you guys later. Catch you later, Dave. Have a good one. Yeah, let the dogs out. Catch you later. Good to see you tonight. County, what? Have a good night there, Sam Dagger. Keep out of it. Who let the dogs out?
I was wondering who would go there.
You know somebody's always going to go there. What I miss?
Dave's gonna let the dogs out. Ooh, ooh.
You didn't miss anything life-changing or earth-shattering. And that's probably a good thing. With all this brain power out here, it's a wonder we haven't found the cure for cancer yet. I'm on it, but I don't know where. Yeah, but I mean, you should be able to, you travel on the road enough, you should know about where you are by now. I mean, you only lived here your whole life. You didn't go down the big hill yet? He's close to the man behind the hill. Hold on, Goose. Look, you know, four-wheeler there. Hello? Hello, man behind the hill, countywide. Yes, good evening, sir. How's everybody tonight? Oh, we're all good. We're alive and playing radio. I hear that. I think that's the first time I heard Goose out of his base. You were in here earlier when I heard Goose on my base. Yeah, you missed that. Was he playing postman tonight? He was. He was making deliveries and stuff, yeah. All that wheeling and dealing. Yeah, I tell you what, he's the hostess with the mostest.
There was a pizza party.
Beverages, I didn't have no snacks. So nobody was drinking along with me. I gave that up a long time ago. Well, that's all right. It left more for me. That's right. Straight as it can be. I really could not imagine a cantankerous Dave. That would seriously be entertaining. I think so. No, we're not going to find that out. He's pretty, he does, I'm sure he imbibes, but not to the level the rest of us, or some of us do. I shouldn't say the rest of us, but at least some of us. Although, when, like, I heard stories of his younger years, that he did imbibe to the past cantankerousness level. Oaks, 1 mile, in case you didn't hear him. We all heard you. I think Oaks is probably half a mile at this point. Oaks, half a mile. Yeah, I heard you.
got you down in the grass, so you're in that. What hill's he behind? Oh, okay. I know who it is now. Howdy, howdy. Been a while. Yeah, I've been doing Chesapeake things, trying to get that boat ready. That's good. I just gotta start drinking. I think I just gotta start it up, turn the air on, and start drinking. Yeah, Rooster came in and then vaporized. And I heard Wayne was in here, but I don't recall hearing Wayne. Where's Wayne? You did? I missed that. Where was I?
Where's Rooster?
That was real live echo right there. That was Three Stooges kind. Alright.
Rooster!
Hello. Rooster! There you are. Countywide. Radio. Goose. Joker.
Good evening there, Rooster.
Joker.
Yep.
As long as it's not a state trooper, just the town of. Yeah, but if you're doing under 75 on 422, they'll leave you alone. Yeah, they're looking for the people doing 80 plus. What do you think of my low band transmitter and radio audio rack there, Goose? That's pretty cool. It was a lot of fun with that. Oh yeah, well then once it's all set up and everybody sound like an AM broadcast station, like that's what I was going for. With my $13 microphone hanging from the ceiling. I'm amazed that that microphone, as good as it looks and as good as it works, was only $13. I'm still amazed by that. That was brand new off of Amazon. Somewhere around there, yeah. Yep, off of Amazon. I heard a breaker. Is there a breaker out there? Yeah, hang on, Goose. You stepped all over the breaker. I heard that breaker. I didn't catch where you were. 5 something something. Come back. Oh, good evening there, 504 in New Mexico. You're making it to Pennsylvania, the Spitfire 441 on this antique flea market radio, go. Yeah, well, thanks for stopping by. by and let me know I'm making it in your radio receiver there, 504 in the Tumbleweeds. Hey man, this is the Classic Radio Roundup. Classic Radio Roundup. If you want to see how you made it into my radio receiver, I'm taping a video gate right now, and I upload it up to YouTube tomorrow. So search out Classic Radio Roundup this date, and you'll find the video gate. And at the 1 hour and 44-minute mark, you'll see how you made it here into Pennsylvania. You're doing your thing. 504 in the Tumbleweeds, 441 in the Keystone. Yeah, okay there, 504. Hey man, thanks for making the shout, and glad we got you in there on the Classic Radio Roundup. Hope to hear from you again sometime. Take care, all the best, my friend. 504, New Mexico, 441, southeastern Pennsylvania. Yeah, boy. In my countywide antique flea market junk. Well, whoever it was, doesn't matter, it's over now. Sometimes you two sound alike, sometimes, not all the time. How about right now? We sound alike now? Well, you're stronger than he is. He's grassing it right now, but usually he's stronger and you're grassing it. You guys do sound similar right now. I can tell you apart because I'm paying attention. If I'm not paying attention, it can slide by me. Yeah, a couple more drinks, it'll be all over. Everybody sounds the same when I've had one too many. Yeah, give me another drink and I'll have an impediment too. Said go to channel 12. That's pathetic. That's downright sad. Said he's driving at a high rate of speed. He's not looking down to change his channel. You guys hear me, but I can't hear you. Use your feelers. Can you hear me now? Now I can hear you. How close are you? Alright, what I was trying to say was, this is 71 KT right there. Thank you. running 75 dead key. That should be good for 300 peak. I gotta turn that dead key down. I wouldn't put more than like, I don't know, what do I put into mine? Like, 10 swinging 35 is what I drive my A-pill with. I mean, you could do more. I'm only running about halfway. So you could probably do, what, 7? Yeah, you could probably hit it with no more than 60, 70 watts. I hit my 4-pill with 60 to 80 watts. Ouch! Yeah, see, now that's 30 watt AC, and it swings a little bit over, like 140, 130. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that would work. This radio would work then. This radio would work. I don't know what that sticker said. It didn't sound right. Well, your peak power should be 4 times your carrier power. You know, and then if it should stay within that realm as you up and raise and lower your carrier, that peak should stay at 4 times whatever your carrier is. If it's not, then you gotta be. That's when you gotta be careful. Now, when you say peak, do you mean PEP or do you mean the max output on the RMS scale or the peak scale? I mean PEP, peak watts. Your peak watts should be 1/4 of your carrier power. If you're doing more than that, that's bad. If you're doing less than that, it's not necessarily bad. But rule of thumb, if you can't get 4 times your carrier power, then something's not right, or that's not rated for it, or whatever. But whenever you're running AM, to do it properly, you want pretty close to 4 times your carrier power as your peak power at 100% modulation. Good rule of thumb for proper modulating AM at 100% modulation, your peak power should be 4 times your carrier power. Assuming your equipment is capable of making that peak power. So, like if a radio is rated at, say, 200 watts PEP, you shouldn't run more than a 50-watt carrier. You run more than a 50-watt carrier, you're going to run out of modulation headroom. Copy? Yep.
He said I'm supposed to try that 4-pill with 125 watts dead key, but I only push it like 70 or 80 watts.
Oh my God! Oh my God, that's too much dead key for a 4-pill.
Well, that's what he said it's made for.
Well, what people say and what's true are not always compatible.
Well, I only run it like 70 or 80 watts dead key, so.
Even that's too much dead key. Holy crap! I mean, a 4-pill is only good for 600 watts, and you're gonna put 1/6 of that power to drive it, or more than? Oh my God!
Well, it swings till 11 or 12.
Yeah, well, do you have a low-pass filter in line?
I don't know, but when you talk, it stays between 850 and 950.
There's no way your 4-pill's making a real 1100 watts. No way. I would love to see that on a spectrum analyzer, because you're making 600 watts maximum on frequency, and that other what, 400 or 500 watts is going all over the place.
It ain't saying all these frequencies to talk on, that's for sure. Well, it swings to 11, but it doesn't stay there when you talk.
It's not doing 1100, not on frequency. And it's spreading out power throughout the band. The watt meter does not care what frequency the power you're putting out is on. If you look at it on a spectrum analyzer, you're wasting power. Anything above 600 watts, you're wasting it throughout the spectrum.
Just ask 766, he'll tell you. I don't know, he just tells me it does 950.
Alright, well, what he's telling you and what's actually true are not necessarily the same thing. Bring it over here and we'll look at it on a spectrum analyzer, and I guarantee you're wasting 500 watts.
Now, my other 4 pills do between 6 and 7, and the other one does 8.
I believe the 6 to 7, 8's pushing it, probably splattering, and 1100, you're definitely putting power out that's useless.
Well, it's actually a 5 pill.
Still, a 5 pill just means there's a driver. That means you need to drive it with less power, but it's still only going to put out the same output power as a 4 pill.
No, it does 350, 400 RMS though.
428.79 times 120 is what?
Almost 500.
Alright, well that's what, in reality, the manufacturer says that transistor is good for. Anything else is IMDs. You're splattering. If you look at it on a spectrum analyzer, a visual receiver that can look at a slice of radio spectrum, you're going to see spurs all over the place. Those spurs equal power. The watt meter don't know the difference in frequency. It sees all that power spreading out all over the spectrum, and it just adds it together because it just sees raw power. It doesn't see power on the frequency. If you look at a spectrum analyzer, you can see how much power is on your frequency and how much power you're wasting on other frequencies that aren't doing you any good.
Now my Fat Boy Toshiba's 4 pill with just the radio, that does between 6 and 7.
That, I believe. Anything more than that is ghost watts.
But my Dave Made 4 pill has a lot more stuff in it than that Fat Boy does.
I got an 8 pill here, and I can make it show crazy watts, but they're not real watts. In reality, it could do 1200 watts PEP. Anything I see beyond 1200 watts, if I overdrive it and I splatter all over the place, they're ghost watts. They're not real watts. They're not helping me out. And I never run it to 1200 watts anyway. But it is capable of truly doing 1200 watts. So a 4 pill is not capable of 1200 watts or 1100 watts. It's just not.
You guys and all this power. Shame on you.
I'm just trying to educate people and not be taken by people on their BS. There's what people will tell you and people can show you on a watt meter, but the watt meter is not the whole story. So they can BS you into believing their BS, unless you know what's really going on.
Well, we are out in farm country, you know.
Yeah, where is the BS? How big are you over? Go to California. Oh, man.
I was just checking out what people were saying. I was looking on this meter to see what was going on. But mind your business. What's that word goes? Don't worry about what's going on over here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to help you out there, Rister. Like you just, informing you that anything you're doing over 600 watts, you're just wasting power. So there's no point in trying to drive a 4 pill to more than 600 watts, because the rest of that is just ghost watts. It's not helping you.
Well, I can turn it down to 50 watts, and It'll still do 8 or 9.
And again, I'd like to see that on a spectrum analyzer because I'd be willing to bet it's not all on frequency.
I'm not saying it doesn't, I'm just saying that's what my meter does, you know?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm trying to tell you. What the meter can lie to you. It actually can lie to you.
Yeah, because they're always off 200 or 300 watts.
Well, even a bird meter can lie to you if you got spurs in your transmission. Bird meter's no smarter. It's more accurate, but it ain't no smarter. It's just going to accumulate all the RF power it sees. Doesn't care what frequency it's on. That's part of the equation, but not all of it. If you don't have any, well, it depends how far out of band your spurs get. And if you know you have a flat match at lower power, and then you start seeing a high SWR and you start slamming it, that's indicating that you're wasting power and spurs. Yes.
Yeah, right here, 2879 HD 8 pill, 800 watts, 1200 watts peak.
That's a true statement for an 8 pill.
2x8 does 850 peak 2000.
That's a lie.
Well, that's what the fat boy tells you.
And that's a lie.
Is that volted? But it says 20 volts though.
Oh, holy Christ. Maybe at 20 volts, but that's beyond the specifications of the manufacturer of a 2879. I'm talking 13.8 volts, not stinking putting the thing into the stratosphere at 20 volts.
Yeah, because I think my 4 pill runs at 17 volts.
Yeah, you might be getting some higher numbers. You might get 800 watts. But boy, are you stressing the crap out of that transistor. Look up the Toshiba specifications on the 2879, the actual data sheet.
And like it says 100 watts, but you know, probably only 80.
I think the 2879s are rated to 120. Yeah, I don't remember what the voltage is. I thought it was 13.8, but for a maximum. I don't quite remember. But it might be 120 at 12.5 or whatever. But even still, and much beyond that, you're stressing the crap out of it.
Well, mine's a base box.
Base box, 12 volt box, it don't matter. Your base box is taking a power, just has an internal power supply. It's still running on 12 volts.
I think a lot of fat boys are made to run at 20 volts.
But the transistor's not.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they're usually at 12.5.
You know, I go by, me personally, you do what you want, but, you know, the manufacturers that made the transistor probably knew what they were talking about. You go beyond their ratings, well, then you're taking your life into your own hands and you blow it up. Well, you overdid it.
Yeah, why do they put 20 if you're only supposed to put 13?
Because they're CBers and they want to see that watt meter swing. But you need to double your power to move somebody's S meter a half an S unit. You need to double your power twice to move it a whole S unit.
Well, I know since I put the 14-foot jumpers on it, 15-foot jumpers, made a big difference.
Yeah, that's another thing. You know, that whole jumper length doesn't usually really matter. All that's doing is changing where the standing waves come in.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't get hot or anything now.
You just made a better match to your antenna.
That's what he said. He said always run 100-foot coax, and then he did some math and told me I needed 15-foot jumpers.
Well, you know, I'm going to throw a wrench in his monkey works on that too. So, which coax? RG8, RG8X, RG58, LMR 400, RG213, which one? They all have different velocity factors and they'll all be different lengths for that same answer.
ML 400.
Did he know that at the time, and he knew the velocity factor?
Oh yeah, he sold it to me.
All right, I'll give him that. But it does matter what kind or brand and type of coax. It all matters if you're going to go that route.
Yeah, well, 15-foot jumpers are the same thing.
Yeah, but a 15-foot jumper at LMR 400 is going to be different velocity factor than a 15-foot jumper RGE.
Right. Hey, if you change the angle on your ground plane on your antenna, does that change that WRs?
What antenna are we talking about?
Like an IMAX.
The IMAX ground plane doesn't do anything.
I don't know. I got one on mine.
That's cool, but they don't do anything.
Yeah, I don't know. The only thing I noticed, I get a little less noise.
That's about the only thing they'll do is decouple RF from your coax a little bit better, maybe. Some cases yes, some cases no, but it's not going to help you get out any better or receive any better because it's not part of the antenna. It's an end-fed 5/8 wave antenna. That's all it needs. It needs the counterpoise, it needs the mast, but it doesn't need that ground plane.
Because the other one didn't have a ground plane on it, and I got a lot more noise.
Yeah, that can be, but I've experimented with the ground planes on the A99s and the IMAXs, and I never saw any kind of difference whatsoever. But the antenna's designed not to need it. It doesn't need it.
Yeah, I just noticed more noise. That's the only difference I noticed.
Yeah, if anything, it's probably helping decouple some stray noise in your neighborhood or whatever. But it's not helping you get out any better. It's not helping you receive any better. It just may help decouple from the braid of the coax better.
Yeah, but don't it, when the signal comes back down to the bomb, doesn't it disperse it better?
Nope. The whole purpose of the ground plane on your aluminum ground planes it's the counterpoise. It's the other half of the antenna that those designs, the way they're fed, need.
So with a 5/8, does it work better?
It's not in radiation pattern. It's the same. A 5/8 is a 5/8 is a 5/8. No matter the design or who makes it, it's the same radiation pattern. Man, it got quiet.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. It got really quiet out here. It was very noisy earlier. And with that being said, I think I'm going to call it a night. You guys all have a good one. I won't be on Classic Radio Sideband Sunday, so I'll talk to you next time.
Yeah, even the Skipland got quiet now. They're all gone. Yeah, I guess that's a good time to call it a night. So look for the video gate tomorrow in the AM Mayhem at some point, and we'll hopefully catch some of you guys on the Sunday night sideband soiree. Spitfire, Countywide Radio, 7-3.
Yep. Catch you guys all later. I'm heading that way. Yeah, it would have been nice if all night would have been this quiet.
Yeah, it's nice when that skip got out of there, or Heterodon. All right, Joker, take care. Good to hear you in there, by the way. And, Petey, till next time. Oh, JR, see ya.
Catch you, Rooster. Yeah, I'm gonna go take this this gate downstairs and upload it in the computer and get it out sometime tomorrow. And well, the way I work, if I can't sleep, maybe I'll be back.
Yeah, I'll get mine uploaded tomorrow morning sometime. 7-3, good night, Tall County wide.
Beep, beep, beep.
I have a beep. I forgot I had a beep.
Get the beep out of here. Come on now, beeper.
I do. I forgot all about that. Yeah, and it's a little dainty thing, too.
I like the little subtle beeps. I do. When you're in a heavy conversation with people, sometimes it gets annoying, but every once in a while, that little beep, I don't mind it.
Yeah, I think my beep works after I unkey, so way after I unkey. I don't know what that delay's about.
10-4. Alright, guys. JR, Spitfire, Rooster, and I don't know who else is still out there, but I'll talk to you later.
Hey, Joker, catch you later.